Shekhinah, the indwelling presence of God, to come into Shabbat. So they were doing those ecstatic dances outside in the fields. There are so many, but I picked just two of the major publications in that period. One from the Rabbi Cordovero, which I mentioned earlier, and he wrote a major work in Kabbalah called Pardes Rimonim, P-A-R-D-E-S, second word Rimonim, R-I-M-O-N-I-M, and that means the pomegranate's orchard. Pomegranate orchard, whatever you say that. And the other one from Isaac Luria himself, called the Sefer, so the book, Etz Chaim, of the Tree of Life. The book of the Tree of Life. Etz is E-T-Z, and Chaim is like Chaim. I'm going to briefly talk about the fifth period, because it's not really a period itself in the Kabbalistic unfolding, but it's worth mentioning because it's going to influence everything that comes after that, specifically the Hasidic tradition. So the fifth period revolves around, according to Gershon Sholem, around the heretical mystic called Shabtai Tzvi. There was this guy named Shabtai Tzvi, and you write that different ways, but Shabtai is S-H-A-B-B-A-T-A-I, so it's like Shabbat with A-I at the end. And Tzvi is Z-V-I. And he pushed the Lurianic Kabbalah to its extreme. And when I say to its extreme, is that he pushed it towards a messianic vision. And as he did that, as he went, decided to call himself actually the Messiah, since he was there and he was pushing it anyways. And actually gathered around himself and his vision of him being the Messiah, literally thousands and thousands of Jews from everywhere in the known world at the time. There was a major messianic movement within Judaism that lasted even beyond his death. In minimal ways, though, because what happened before he died is that he was threatened. His movement was becoming so huge, and he lived within the Muslim Empire at the time, that the Ottoman Sultan came to him and said, "You got to stop this, or we're going to kill you. And by the way, you should convert to Islam now, or face death." So here is the Messiah, the Jewish Messiah, suddenly faced with converting to Islam or dying. What does he do? He converts to Islam. You can imagine many of his followers being very disappointed. Did not expect that to happen. The other Messiah we know was killed. That was the proper way to handle it. What was this guy thinking? So that caused a lot of turmoil and trouble within the Jewish community. However, a few hundreds continued to believe that he actually was the Messiah, regardless of the fact that he was not a Muslim, to save his skin. So keep that in mind, because that's going to be influential with the evolution of Hasidism, which is the next period. So the sixth period is called Hasidism. And Hasidism is born out of the vision of a man whose name was Israel, like Israel, Ben Eliezer. E-L-I-E-Z-E-R. Israel Ben Eliezer was not a rabbi. Israel Ben Eliezer was a healer. Was a man who worked with energies, bodily energies, and who performed rituals of healing and healed people. He's better known as the Baal Shem Tov. B-A-A-L, Baal, Shem, S-H-E-M, Tov, T-O-V. So he could be understood as either the master of the good name, which if he was a healer, he probably had, he pronounced the name of God to heal, or he channeled the name of God as part of the healing rituals that he did.